finally became everything I begged for. I just wish you'd done it before I stopped waiting. You called at 1:43, I almost didn't answer. Your voice sounded different, softer. No excuses, no anger, hiding underneath every sentence. You said, I understand now, and God, those were the exact words I used to pray you'd say. Funny how something can arrive exactly as you wanted and still be too late. You said you changed, I believe you. That's what makes this harder. I waited so long for this version of you. I became a version of me who doesn't need it. You changed too late. You learned how to hold me after I learned how to let go. You changed too late. You finally heard everything I stopped trying to explain, and maybe in another life I'd run back to you, but in this one you became everything I wanted after I stopped wanting it from you. You said you go to therapy now. You said you finally understand why silence used to scare me. You don't disappear when you're angry. You call your mother, you sleep before 3 a.m. You even said you learned how to apologize without adding but you. I laughed, couldn't help it, not because it wasn't beautiful, because I remembered begging for exactly that. I remember explaining that an apology with a weapon attached isn't an apology. You called me too sensitive, now you say I was right. I would have given anything to hear that then tonight. I just whispered, I know. Sometimes the apology you've waited years for doesn't reopen the door, it only confirms why you had to close it. You changed too late. I believe every word, that's the tragedy. You changed too late. I'm proud of who you've become, but I'm not the reward for becoming them. I can celebrate your healing without returning to the place where mine had to begin. You asked if I remembered our apartment. Of course I do. The broken drawer, we never fixed the plant. We accidentally killed the neighbor who played music too loudly every Sunday morning. You said you drove past it last week. I didn't tell you. I haven't been down that street in almost a year. Not because I'm afraid, because there's nothing there anymore that belongs to me. Maybe that's what moving on actually looks like. Not hating the old house, just realizing you don't live there. Growth is beautiful, but sometimes you become better for the next person, because the last one paid the price for the lesson. You said if I knew then what I know now. I stopped you, please don't finish that sentence, because somewhere inside me still lives the person who would have sold everything for another chance. She doesn't need to hear that maybe you could have saved her if you'd understood sooner. She already spent too many nights wondering why her tears couldn't teach you what losing her eventually did. That's something I'm still trying not to resent. Why did my absence speak louder than my pain ever could? I shouldn't have needed to disappear before you learned how much I mattered. You changed too late. You finally see me now that I'm no longer standing there. Changed too late. You learned my language after I stopped speaking to you, and I know that hurts. It hurts me too, but decision. Sometimes it means we're finally making the difficult. When you asked if there's someone else, there isn't, not really. That's another thing you couldn't understand. I'm not saying no because somebody better is waiting. I'm saying no because I finally started enjoying my own company. Because Sunday mornings are quiet now. Because nobody punishes me with silence. Cause I don't check someone's mood before deciding whether I'm allowed to have one. Because peace started feeling normal, and I can't trade that for potential. Not even yours. If you'd called 1 year earlier, I would have answered before the first drink finished. 6 months earlier, maybe I'd have listened 3 months earlier. I might have cried and asked to me, but tonight I listened to everything our butts needed to hear. And somewhere inside me, nothing moves, no fireworks, no desperate hope, just sadness, soft sadness for two people who found